Well, is it going to be a hot, dry summer? It sure seems like it right now. So as we continue to go through this dry time, things are starting to dry out, as you know. And what my contention is, some things get too much water and others we kind of forget about. One, hanging baskets. Hanging baskets need to get watered pretty much every day because the soil mass, it's supporting this head growth on that much soil, so not a whole lot. The problem is you have this hanging basket right here, and as long as you have the hose out, might as well go ahead and soak that, which is about the same size plant and probably has 10 times as much soil. So you have to be careful. These pots tend to get overwatered, hanging baskets, while the hanging baskets are getting water. And don't forget, fertilize, fertilize, fertilize on the annuals. Now, the more complicated problem is trees and shrubs. Because if you look on the internet, there's about 100 different ways, how much water, how should you put it on. Generally, small shrubs, something like this, 4 to 5 gallons at a time. You want to slowly let it soak in, whether it's a soaker hose or a sprinkler. Same thing with boxwoods over there. But you got to realize that as it continues to get dry, I would be doing that probably every 5 to 7 days. You know, it's almost like it's not quite a week when it's this hot, or a little less than a week is what I should say. Larger shrubs like this, you're looking at about 10 gallons at a time. And people go, well, do I just take 10 gallons and throw it on? No, because we want it to slowly soak in. So that's just kind of that thing to have in your head. That's about the amount of water. Now, certainly mulch will help. So anytime you can get a nice layer of mulch, 4 to 6 inches of mulch possibly. Most of us don't put that much, and I understand that, but 10 gallons at a time. All right, now the other thing is trees, and trees always seems to be the harder. This is neighbor Ted's tree, but he thinks it's my tree. It sits in between our two driveways, so he waters his lawn, it doesn't, and if you look at it, look at the stress that tree has. It's got chlorosis on it as well, so you can kind of see those green lines in the leaf. But this tree is really under stress. So this is something that you have to, I mean, same thing. This kind of weather, I would be doing this every 5 or 6 days. So how much water? 10 to 20 gallons is one thing they say. I think the best thing to probably do, you come out to the drip line on an established tree. Now you can kind of see, I have a soaker hose going right here. So this is the reason it's kind of hanging up. It's brand new. They kind of lay down flat, put a nice circular area around that, and then you'll end up with a nice array and getting that water to soak in there. So what you can do, take a shovel and kind of shove that down in there, and you kind of see, you want it to be kind of wet maybe for the first 8, 10, 12 inches. So if you hit a kind of a rock hard place, you kind of know. Now this one doesn't take much because you know, you can look at the tree, it is under stress. So either a soaker hose like this, a sprinkler, or just moving a hose around the drip for about 2 hours would be good for a mature tree. But every 5 to 6 days until we start to get a little bit of water to kind of help us out.